Yo, what is going on? Another edition of Evening. How are you? This podcast is being recorded on a special day. What special day, you might ask? Well, it is Valentine's Day, and I am here as your Valentine. Your Valentine. And I love you all. I do, and I thank you for watching this channel. Hit the subscribe button. Here's a virtual candy bar for you guys that I got. You remember back in the days, the old school, when you were a kid, you would get these candy bars and you have to sell them. And then if you sold them the most in your group in your school, you could possibly get a big prize and go on a trip. Remember that from the olden days. Let's do $1 to make them thinner, though. Right? Anyway, evening, it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. You know, Valentine's Day is the day of the prefixes. Yes, the prefix menu. The prefix menu, where the restaurants are absolutely happy that you are coming. This is the day they know if it's one day out of the year, if it will be only one day out of the year that you will leave the house to take your significant other, to a nice restaurant, that this is, besides your anniversary, you might argue, that this is the day. This is the day. This is like a Black Friday for restaurants. This is their version of Black Friday. I think it's safe to say. And you know what that will mean? That everyone working at a restaurant, whether it be fancy steakhouse or your local Cracker Barrel or your local Applebee's, I'm sure, especially since it is a Friday, I am sure that everyone will be on that schedule. So you know what that will mean? Not only will you as the restaurant eater be waiting for a very long time, because it is the biggest day of the year, and the biggest day of the year for the restaurants, and the busiest day of the year. It will also mean that you will have a lot of cranky cooks, a lot of cranky waiters, and a lot of cranky waitresses. So that would mean, and it will also mean probably a lot of inexperienced waiters and waitresses. Oh yes, that is definitely bound to happen. And I'm sure accidents will happen, such as drinks being spilled on laps, drinks being spilled on shirts, plates being dropped on the kitchen floor, plates being dropped in the actual restaurant, a dining area, plates being dropped on eaters, food eaters, yes. And it will be many. I'm sure a lot of people will be complaining what's taking so long, because they don't expect it being the busiest day of the year as far as restaurants go, where they would actually have to wait on their food. Heavens forbid that people actually have to wait on food, right? Who would have thunk that silly thing? Especially since it's the biggest day of the year, and probably the crowds are so much greater than the usual Friday and Saturday, and that means that the restaurant staff is understaffed. But why would anyone expect that after all, guys, right? Because it's just about me, and that's all that matters for a lot of restaurant patrons. Now, a lot of people sometimes are a little bit clueless. They will actually, a big no-no for certain people, that a lot of people, let's put it this way, a lot of people are last minute Sues and last minute Johns, who's ever making the reservation. So a lot of people will this is what they will do. They know that Valentine's Day is coming. It's always on the same day, right? It's always a coming. But a lot of people think that they could get away with this every single year, and every single year it's the same thing, where they try to book their favorite restaurant, which is very popular, 2 days before Valentine's Day. Does that work? Here's the answer, guys. That simply never, ever works. Unless that is, you might maybe have an inner connection with the owner or owners of the establishment, right? So then, the other alternative that you find yourself going to is, all right, you can't get into your favorite restaurant that the missus or the mister wants to go to, because, you didn't do your reservations, and you think to yourself, oh man, I didn't know that they would be booked out. But of course, why would they be booked out on Valentine's Day after all, right? Ha ha, wink wink, nudge nudge. So then you find yourself, well, okay, let me go maybe to a restaurant that's a step down below maybe a reservation restaurant. Maybe let's go to, a Cheesecake Factory. Well, there are usually no reservations at a Cheesecake Factory. But again, you will be waiting forever at a Cheesecake Factory, because let's face it, it's cheap, and there's nothing. It's not cheap, but it's relatively cheap compared to other restaurants that day, because other restaurants that day will kind of up their prices and give you that prefix. Cheesecake Factory is not going to give you that prefix, but again, good luck in getting a seat. The mister or the missus was all dressed up. They got their makeup on, looking fine, looking sexy as hell. But now, guess what? A lot of people already there. They're waiting. It's standing room only, because this is probably happening right now, guys, or this is probably has happened. So you're probably shaking your head with your buddy old pal Tommy and saying, "Yep, you're damn right. You are damn right, Tom. You're damn right." And there you are. You're standing. The Mr. and Mrs. is standing next to you, and now, since it's so packed, you're looking for that sign, and it says maximum capacity, 500 people. You're thinking to yourself, geez, there are already probably 500 people already just waiting to eat their meal and be seated, and everyone's sweating. The Mr. or the Mrs. is now getting aggravated. She's complaining, how much longer? Come on, this is not right. why are so many people here? And there you are, you're thinking to yourself, why didn't I just make that reservation at our favorite restaurant 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before, maybe a month before? Why do I always do this to myself? Why am I a procrastinator? Well, Chuck, well, John, well, Sue, you live and learn, and you better make better for next time. But now you're already in the moment. You're already waiting to be seated. And now what are you going to do? You can't turn back. What are you going to do? You're going to turn back? And go where? Okay, well, okay, maybe I'll go to the Applebee's of Fridays. Okay, so you go to the Applebee's or Fridays now, and you're thinking, okay, well, there is no way that there are going to be a lot of people going to Applebee's or Fridays. Well, you know who's out in Applebee's or Fridays, don't you? Silly you for not knowing. Is all the young people, the teenagers that are just completely already stoned off their face, drunk off their face. They smell like weed. I mean, because they're students, they're college kids. They can't afford anything. They're on a budget. They're trying to be the leaders of tomorrow. So that's all you got there, loudness. And then you're like, oh, damn, well, I don't want to stay here. What do you think to yourself? Okay. You then try to rationalize it in your head, in your mind. Okay. I got my hot husband or my hot wife there just standing in front of me, and I damn messed up this day. But I could still salvage it with some type of conversation. If we could just actually get to a table where we could eat, right? Maybe, the grandparents are watching the kids, if you have any kids. So that you got the, even though you spent a lot of time just trying to eat and you haven't eaten yet, that you got the whole night ahead of you. The whole night. Kids are away at grandma's or grandpa's house. You're just saying to yourself, if you could just get a great conversation down, maybe the place that you're eating won't really matter. So you say to your honey, hey honey, listen, I know I messed up, silly me, and ha 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 ha, but listen, I got a great idea. We could go to Mickey D's, or we could go to Burger King, or we could go to Wendy's, right? We'll grab something fast. We'll take it, we'll eat there. And then we're just gonna have passionate make-out session, and we're just gonna take advantage of the kids being away, right? Or you're just gonna have the rest of the night in the bedroom. She's like, all right, works for me. But that, kind of, you still in your mind, you're like, well, I gotta really set the mood right. Kind of really gotta, just have a killer conversation, because I can't just go try to hit a home run without running the bases some, right? Without maybe kind of, warming up, right? You're not gonna, you gotta You got to work your magic at least a little bit here. Then you're trying to, okay, all right. You grab your order. Nothing fancy. A little small fry, a wrap, because you're trying to keep it healthy, trying to keep that physique going. And you're just trying to get out of there because you're just trying to, seal the deal and have some fun, adult fun afterwards. You're all right. You grab your meal. Now you're going to the actual lobby, and to your horror, all the parents with their toddlers and their kids and their numerous family members are there and it's so loud, all the kids are screaming because they have no one to watch their kids, and they have so many kids, so many family members, and that quite honestly, the mortgage payment is due next week, the gas bill is due the following week after that, the car note is also due with the mortgage, and it's McDonald's was the cheapest option for all these people in the lobby, and they love each other so much, and they're smiling and they're laughing while their kids are running amok in the play area right next to where you plop and sit down. And you can't escape because there's screaming kids everywhere. Well, now you're thinking to yourself, shit, there goes my thanks, my chance, my Valentine's Day. Can't get any action unless I have some good conversation beforehand, right? And your chance now in your mind is ruined. So the lesson to be learned from this for Valentine's Day, folks, guys and girls, always make reservations. Make sure you do research on your prefix menu. Do research. Be prepared to wait a long time. Be prepared to get a little impatient. Be prepared to maybe even get a little angry. Prepare your spouse, your significant other, your boyfriend or girlfriend of these situations. That way, when it happens, you guys are able to take it in stride and enjoy your day to the fullest, because that's what you want to do on Valentine's Day. But one may argue, why, showing each other that you love and you care for them should be every day, not just Valentine's Day. One could make that argument. However, I would probably argue with you. They'll probably tell you that here's my 2 cents as far as being single on Valentine's Day, right? I think, hear me out on this. I could be wrong. If you go out, I haven't dated in 16 years ago. That's the last time I went on a date. Times were a lot different 16 years ago. There were no smartphones. So you could just Google everyone's history right there and then before you even talk with them. Hey, what's your name? John Smith? Let me hit Google search. Let me find out everything about you. People barely had MySpace. Okay, there was no social media. There was no Twitter. That was a whole different world back then. So I don't even know what you people go through, nowadays as far as dating. But what I think the one common thing in dating is getting over the intimidation or being afraid of rejection. Or if you're not afraid of that, it's the opening line. The opening line. Right? That's the opening line. Says everything. And you need that strong opening line. To really get your foot in the door and make yourself noticed. But you could probably, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to tell you that you could probably have the weakest opening line and your door is still open. Your door has not been closed. People will seem less intimidating today. And your chances of getting a number and possibly being no longer single for next Valentine's Day is possibly the greatest today. My theory, my logic being, is that go to any bar, any social gathering place where there's music, where people go to meet other people. A lot of people are going to be miserable, are going to be sulking. Not all, but most, some, because they are miserable. That they're single on Valentine's Day. Why do all their friends have significant others? Why are their friends getting married, getting engaged? Why are their friends having kids, buying homes, going on exotic vacations with significant others? And why are they single on Valentine's Day? Yet another day, another year rather, that you're single on Valentine's Day. Well, quite simply, all that you have to say is, yeah, they're jerks. Boom. Dating should be the easiest. Or getting a number, rather. Meeting someone new should be the most easiest thing when you're single on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day not only is like the like the restaurants, it's their Black Friday. I think a lot of hotels and motels, it is their Black Friday as well. Valentine's Day. So maybe you've done successfully. Maybe you hit a home run, so to speak. Your dinner in a movie was great. The conversation was great. The missus or your significant other, so happy with the night that you just experienced. And now you're in the hotel or motel and you are about ready. You're right there. You're right there. And you're looking to complete it. You're looking for some fun. You are about to have, as we adults say, sex. But you have it going your way so far. But now, very key here, there are certain things that you cannot say. Or else your whole setup here, your whole flow will be completely blown. You screwed up, and whatever was happening will be over, done for. Do not say this. Trust me. Trust your buddy old pal. Do not say this during sex. Please. Try breathing through your nose. Don't say that. Why is everyone funny naked? Why does everyone look funny naked? Don't say that. Come on. Can you please pass me the remote? As you're having sex. Listen, the ESPN score, the box score could wait. Do not do that. Do not do that. Do you smell something burning? Don't do that. Let's hurry up. The room is paid for by the hour. Do not say that during sex. You want to continue, you want to enjoy, maximize your night. And one little thing could completely make this all wrong. But whipped cream makes me break out. You have whipped cream, why are you going to say that? Just go for it, even if you hate whipped cream. Come on, guys. Oh, a janitor's closet right there. And they say romance is dead. You woke me up for that. Don't say that. Don't say that. You have to, guys. We guys and girls, you have to think about here the bigger picture and be considerate. Sweetheart, did you did you lock the back door? I mean, for obvious reasons, you cannot be saying that here if we use our imagination. If we use our imagination here, guys and girls. Valentine's Day. Wonder what time did you guys start, your Valentine's Day? And I wonder if this is like an all day, all night thing. Probably, even you could. There's nothing wrong, honestly, with celebrating Valentine's Day during the day too, as opposed to the night. Do you accept a Visa? Person one, this is your first time, right? Person two, yeah, today. Stop. A little rug burn never hurt anyone. Don't even say, is that a medic alert pendant? Did I mention the video camera? So much for mouth to mouth. Guys, don't say those things during sex. Now, one thing that I forgot, the very important thing on Valentine's Day is the card, the Valentine's Day card that you are writing out for the significant other. Now, you don't want to Google something to and write and put it in a card. Rather, what I recommend is just right from the heart. Roses are red, violets are blue. I have gonorrhea, and now you do too. Roses are red, violets are blue. If he's too busy for you today, then the side chick is you. Truth. Roses are red, violets are blue. I would do you, but please don't smell like poo. Poo, 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 poo. What else can you put in your card to keep it here nice? Now, come on, now I was just joking around here. Let's get a little bit more serious, and you're welcome in advance. Roses are red, violets are blue. If I have loved you more than I would have been true. Maybe that's not something you should write in a Valentine's Day card. Roses are red, violets are blue. I think your head is as big as a hot air balloon. Roses are red, violets are blue. Bend over so I could do you. I kid. Roses are red. Now, if you want to break up with someone, roses are red, violets are blue. I don't like you, but your brother will do. Ugh, right? Brutal! Valentine's Day, guys, is here. I hope you enjoyed this special edition of Evening, a video cast podcast. We'll touch base very soon. Hope all is well. See you very soon. Happy Valentine's Day.